Hey everybody, what's going on? It is, let's see, 7:36 a.m., September 29th. This is Frankie B. I'm actually working. Get over this freaking up. Working on some artwork for a new comic book pitch. It's approximately 20 pages with a cover. I just finished working on the some pages for Martian Trump issue 3 last month, and then this got slid into my workload, and then I just got contacted. Actually, was it yesterday that I might be doing some more header art for a client who does toys. So I'm really excited about that. So that's pretty much the life of a commercial illustrator, you know. The pencils and pens do not get dropped down. They continue to go, and I just have to learn how to maneuver things on my war calendar. So anyway, I got this masked off because this is a top secret project, and you know, you got to respect the client and you don't want to show too much stuff, but I think it's okay to give you a little sneak peek. Pretty much it's going to be some kajus chasing some other creature right here. And I actually do have, I did a character sheet right there. And I got it all folded so you can't see the other creatures, but this particular creature I'm doing is called the deer kaju, but it actually, they function more as a wolf pack kind of mentality. So I did some height comparison where you're 6 foot tall guy, 8 foot tall, pretty much these creatures are. So I'm going to just start doing what I do best, and hope you guys enjoy it. Oh yeah, actually here, let me just walk you through the weapons. All right, I tend to use a Papermate SharpWriter number 2. Easy disposable. I trust me, I have tons of different mechanical pencils and stuff like that. I'm just one of those people where this is just speed wise is very efficient for me. I like the you know, it's not too heavy, gives a nice little looseness to it and stuff. So you know, so that's why I tend to use it. So I use these all the time. I got boxes of these around. So I'll use that. I'll probably do some little touch-ups and stuff. And then I have my Micron 003. I'm really super detailed and stuff. I want to put some extra little oomph to it. The Micron 01. All right. And then I have my Pentel pen brush. As you can see right there. And I actually have 2 of them. So this one, it has a much more sharper, I don't know if you guys can see it, sorry about that, sharper point right there. I'm trying to look up there to make sure you're seeing the camera. And then I have this one that's a little frayed, but you know, I can still get some interesting little effects out of there. And if that doesn't work, I may pull out one of these ugly things right here, which is actually watercolor brushes that I filled with ink, in which I can kind of push down the ink, and they're pretty jacked up. I mean, let me see, I'll do a little thing so you get nice little effects and stuff like that. So look at that. It's nice to get those nice dry effects and stuff. So these are pretty jacked up. I beat my stuff up. All right, and then I also have this from Tombow, let me see, calligraphy pen. Okay, it's a nice little thing to add in there. You never know. You know, I'd rather have more than less. And I actually have 2 of the Micron 01s because one is about to hit the grave, and I can still get some cool effects out of it. I usually have my straight edge. The straight edge is pretty much a triangle, you know, what we call a straight edge when I was in art school. The teacher called it. And I have my rulers and stuff. I think this is a lot going to be here. Is just everything's so organic. It's just going to be all freehand, I believe. So, all right, let's get going. Got some jams going on, royalty free. So let's do this. All right. So when I was designing this kaju, I kind of like the idea. I had the idea when I pitched it to the client was that technically these packs of creatures will come at you. They have razor sharp teeth. They actually have teeth that are sort of like on the outside of their lips, but then also they have inner teeth as well inside. So it's pretty brutal. But their major weapon is that they got these hard, like, horns right here, and even right here on the chin too, where they just kind of ram into something like at full speed and stuff, and they're powerfully built. So when they ram into it, they just break bones. So it's pretty. So that's how they'll take down prey. They'll just try to break a bone while the prey's like in agonizing pain and trying to get away. They'll just try to wait them out, and then eventually they'll just come and just maul them and then just whatever, viciously rip them apart. All right. So my process is, and also I also have my gummy eraser too. It's pretty dirty, this one. But I kind of like, what you do is kind of lighten it up a little bit. Tap it up. Gummy erasers are so essential. I mean, I love using my gummy eraser. All right. And then also I have my gel pen too. I don't know if I'll be using it, but we'll see. Gel pen. Mitsubishi pencil. Oh, wait a sec. Sorry about that. Uniball Signal. In case you're interested. It's probably I've enjoyed using these. So, I've had many gel pens that kind of dried up on me, but this one definitely works. So, all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with my 003. And then just go with it. The idea is that this creature, which is the protagonist creature in the foreground, is being chased, and these guys are coming after him. And this guy's looking to take a nice chunk out of that hind part right there, the leg. So, all right, let's do this. One of the things about it, you just kind of go with it, I'm so past it. I've been doing this for so long that I'm so past the whole point of being intimidated. I just kind of just go right in. If something happens, it can always be fixed. Hope you guys are enjoying the music. It's definitely some mixtape and stuff, and all royalty free. And so let's see. Now, yeah, the idea again was that these teeth would be on the outside. I just, the first thought that hit my head when I was designing them, I looked at some various creatures and stuff, and I said, man, that'd be kind of brutal if they had like teeth on the outside of their lips. They're coming out, so it's really hard. So that's pretty much the whole face. I'd imagine it just being really hard. It's just this hard, bony like substance. And then, and the good thing is you have to have character sheets. It always blows my mind, like, when I see people and I'm posting, so I'm like, man, I love it when people have a full out character sheet, like literally, like they'll literally have stuff that's, that explains the character, turnarounds, and, just their thoughts on it, so you can get a good reading on what this creature's about and stuff. More so than just the one, front action shot kind of thing where you really don't, it doesn't tell too much. All right, so I'm gonna get in here. You got some weight in there. Now, see, it's gonna be tricky because this other jaw is right in there, and this is why I like using the 003 because you can really get in there. Show just a little bit in there. Bang. I like to also just say that I'm currently one of the perk artists for the Alterna Comics Indiegogo campaign, which is doing phenomenal, by the way. I've known Peter for like over 10 years, and that guy's he's a solid guy. I always respected Peter. Peter is one of those people where he definitely instilled that that fire and the love for the comic books back in me. I think there's a lot of people like myself who sort of over the years just kind of, just got dissatisfied with how the industry is and stuff. And and just feeling that there's a way in which business is done, and that you can also do really cool stuff, but you also have to be business oriented as well to achieve those, to be able to have some longevity. And Pete is definitely a smart guy, and he also is trying to do really cool, fun stuff. So I was really honored to be one of the perk artists on the campaign, and I'm doing commissions. I'm always getting people contacting me. Hey, when you do a commission, blah blah blah. This is your chance. The price is really fair price. Because honestly, if you do contact me and you want to get a commission done and whatever, it's most likely gonna cost you some money. So I would suggest, like, if you're interested now, you get a chance to commission me. I've done some stuff connected in the connected to the alternate universe with some of the creators. Like I did a small short story for Legends of Log. I've done stuff previously on Mighty Mascot before they were picked up by Alterna, but I suppose they're still the same family. And then I did some stuff for, it came out on Wednesday, which actually 2 different stories, which people seem to be vibing to and they're really digging. And then I also did a cover. Pete did had me do a cover piece. So I guess I'm part of the madness. You know what I mean? I like that. So anyway, it's looking good, huh? Yeah, I love that, man. So anyway, if you're really interested, man, then going over there. I'm actually gonna put the link into the description so you guys can check it out and stuff. And I like to be able to do some cool art for you, so you can own. I collect artwork as well. I'm always amazed when people don't look at the value of what original art is. I actually consider original art more valuable than comic books, just because the fact that a comic book can be reprinted, and unless maybe if you get the writer and the artist to sign it and put a drawing in there, I don't know. You can get it graded, I suppose, but still it's just another copy of something that's already out there, thousands of others. I think I was talking to somebody, and it was pretty much saying that Stan Lee gave his signature, has given his signature to so many people that the value of his signature is not even that strong, unless depending on what time period, I suppose. That kind of sucks. Unless there's somebody out there who happened to catch Stan Lee and he did like a scribble of Spider-Man on a napkin. I mean, so I think as a collector, you want to be able to get original art. Original art it has a lot of value. Plus, it's just really cool to have something that's something that somebody else, that many other people don't have. I've always looked at it like in that kind of way, going, man, I have something. I own some pieces of original artwork. All right. So I'm gonna pull out my Pentel. Let's see. Oh, that was not too sharp. And I'm being so lazy. Usually I'll throw some tape down on one or the other and sort of separate them, but let's see. Now, you just gotta remember, you can't be afraid. There's one of those things where people get so wrapped up. Now we'll go right up here on paper. They get so like, oh man, I'm gonna make a mistake. I don't worry about that stuff, man. But then again, I've been doing this for so long. I love the ink on these too. The thing is, as a commercial illustrator, my life is based on speed. You know, getting the the assignment done in a speedy, but not taking away from the quality. And so, you know, it's similar to like Jack Kirby. I mean, I saw a documentary about Jack Kirby, and they were talking about how his work changed. Like he began to work on trying to perfect his style so that it could just get more faster, but still retain a lot of message, a lot of his voice that he wanted to put in there. And I guess I'm at that point now in my life. I just turned 50 and stuff, so I'm at this place in my life and my career where I really I really value time. I feel like I can still do a lot of different things and still capture it, but I just don't, I don't want to be on something for like months and months and months. I feel like, something I can bang out, then let me go at it. But also there's that point too where you don't want to go so fast either, because again, I just had a conversation with Jess where I was talking to her about like how the difference with advertising and doing comic book stuff is that comic book work is final art. It's like, this is printed art that's going out to the consumer, and it has to look really good. It's got to be the best, the cream of the crop. Advertising artwork, yeah, it has to look good because clients want to, you visually got to be able to see it, to be able to invest in it. But but it's also, there's that level of where you can get away with a lot of stuff. It doesn't have to be too perfect, but perfect enough. I mean, there was times when I had to imitate various different styles and techniques just to get things going. I like those toe claws. All right, let's see. All right, so this is my new one. Clean that up. I like to hit it again. All right, it's looking good. All right, take a little swig of some coffee. Now, I would say that many of my influences, of course, it's Jack Kirby, but Herb Trimpe, and I'll keep saying that till the end of days, man, end of my days, is that he really was such a huge influence. I loved his style of drawing. Really, in my opinion, it really captured. It was fun, but it wasn't like, I see a lot of people and they're so worried about doing stuff so perfect, like it's got to look like, the building or whatever, or people. And the thing about Herb Trimpe was that it didn't have to be, and it worked. I remember looking at Shogun Warriors, and there'd be times when the robots are like standing and look almost like an entire city, and then other times when they're in the midst of the city. It would be these interesting kind of things that he would do, and I loved it. I personally loved it. I don't know how other people did, but I dug it. I mean, it clearly inspired me, and and after him, then it would be like John Byrne. John Byrne, to me, and you could tell he was heavily influenced by Jack Kirby. definitely took it up a notch, especially in the sense of like how he made things so like explosive. You know, like if somebody punched something, they didn't just punch it; they absolutely destroyed it. It's like powerful punch. All right, so the artwork is going full bleed, so I want to take that a little bit over to the edge. That's all good. It's looking pretty good, right? Hope you're enjoying it. All right, so take another look. Creature again. I doubt I'm gonna be using this straight edge today. I don't feel like I need it. All right, so I'm gonna add a little bit more weight just on here, just a little bit. You know, not too much, but you know, around easy as well. Microns are great. I remember using when I was in school, Rapidiographs. Rapidograph pens. Oh my god, what a nightmare! Complete nightmare with those things, man. Always shaking them. Oh man, shaking those damn things. It drove me nuts. And then putting the ink in, man, and let's draw a little outline. I don't want to see you get lost too much. Now, I'm gonna do a little bit of stuff up in here. This is where I pull out the big guns right here. I want to give a sense, and I do this. This is one of my little trademarks. Is that not trademarks, but this is stuff that I tend to do. You know how Spike Lee, his whole thing where he shows people standing still yet they're moving. That's his whole thing. You'll notice in my artwork that I do a lot of stuff where I'll do stuff with the ground and there's foreground, a really intense foreground, and then you sort of gravitate, you try to push back into it and stuff like that. You know, that's just my little technique of just trying to show depth. And I love showing like particles and stuff flying, like, you know, getting a sense that this is something going on pretty big. Clean that. I want to sharpen that claw a little bit. All right, let's put the. I want to draw a little bit of. All right. So anyway, with the foreground, pull that out. And let's go in. And now another thing that I do is I don't do a lot of like using the ruler and stuff for the lines for, you know, comic panels and stuff like that. I learned that from just looking at French comics. There's so many of them. I think Mobius too, where they just kind of, you can tell they drew the boxes and stuff like that. And I just loved how organic that was. It also was like to me, it felt like they were trying to tell the reader or the viewer just to be like, don't focus too much on what the box looks like. I want you to look at the art. I want to draw you in, you know. And I've done artwork where, you know, try to do the nice clean line for boxing artwork in, but it just seems so hard. It loses almost that organic feel. I'm a huge fan for that. So a lot of stuff that I do, unless I suppose if a client requests it, then, you know, I'll begrudgingly be like, oh, okay, you know. But my thing is that I would hope that a client has seen the body of my work and go, okay, you know, I see what he's doing, and respect it. That's always great. Working as a commercial illustrator, man, you know, I get to meet so many different creative people and, you know, art directors and things like that. And the thing is that in most cases, you hope and pray that you can deal with somebody who is, you know, at least open-minded to be able to say, okay, boom, you know, let's see what you can do, and, you know, and they see the body of your work and they go, okay, you know, you got this, you know, kind of mentality. But sometimes you don't, and so that's where you have to kind of. That's how you have to, you know, be professional and just grit your teeth and just get through it, you know. All right. I know this looks pretty crazy, but I kind of know what's going on. You know. All right. All right, here we go. So technically doing a drag here. I really do enjoy these. You'll see this a lot in my work because again, I'm a kid influenced by, you know, the stuff that came out in the 70s and the 80s. So I love things like drag lines and let's see what we got here. I'm not sure like this. And there's another one of his claws that I've hidden. All right, let's see what we got here. You know, huh? You go, man, it's just a small little piece, but there's a lot of stuff going on there. And that's my insanity. I'm also a huge fan of George Perez, as you can imagine, and Arthur Adams. Man, what is there to say about Arthur Adams? Oh, it's a beast. This work's phenomenal. Now let's see. I definitely want to show like that this arm is back there, so we can emphasize. So we're gonna throw a little shadow down, a little bit. I think this is this is the more fatter brush. So I'm gonna, trust me, you begin to know, oh, a little accident right there. I'll get the white out. One thing about me, I'm a messy artist. People see my original pages. Oh, I'm not super messy, but oh yeah, and you can tell it's been worked on. All right, this is the shop one. So we're gonna go in here. I remember watching Rob Stowe. He was up in New York, man. He had a place up in New York, watching him ink. So blown away, man. He had his brush, man, and it was like razor thin sharp. That fascinated me. I always loved, so I loved drawing like adding a lot of blacks to my work. But the thing was that I didn't know how to balance it. I remember when I had a chance to meet Mike Mignola at a con up in New York. And he saw it too. He was just like, yeah, he said, you just gotta understand the balance. He said, get that understanding and you'll be okay. He said, and that I took that to heart, you know. Okay. All right, get the arc to his body. All right, let's strengthen some of these lines up in here. It happens. All right. How we doing? All righty then. Let's see. So at this point, because it's just showing the level of speed and stuff, it's just these blur lines, man. Blur lines are great because you really can't make out too much, but you get some speed lines in there and you get the gist. It's a big chase going on here. Put that little hind leg over there. see. So if the tail, then I'll put the tail light coming off of there. There you go. Put a little bit of. And remember, this is just a small little sliver of the piece. So, but I just thought it'd be kind of cool just to, you know, let you guys in and check out some of the madness. You know, I'm very happy for those out there, you guys who have subscribed to the page. You know, again, I'm not treating it as something where, you know, I want to get it monotonized? I'm probably saying it wrong, man. I'm not like that. I just enjoy the fact that it's posting it. If anything, it's just another online portfolio for me to just share stuff. The only difference is I can talk, and you know, and you guys can listen and you can see just me working on stuff. You know, I really, here, you know what? I won't wait. After I did that, the Shogun Warriors and Shogun Warriors and then Humanoids piece for the Kaiju Online Con. I did that live on Facebook. That really, it sparked something in me where I was like, that was pretty cool, you know. The toughest thing for me is like trying to, you know, there's no way for me to answer chats and stuff like that while I'm working. I'm one of those people where I'm so focused, engrossed in the art, I just can't do it. You know, I want to be able to, I put like 200% into the art. You know, I don't mind, you know, answering comments and stuff like that. If you got them, please. But, you know, once I start drawing, man, I'm in this world. You know, I'm not getting out of it, not yet. Do it nice and thick. Right. Alright. It's like, oh man. I wish I could show you guys the whole thing. It's actually pretty cool and I'm really happy about it. And also definitely check out, you know, Martian Trump as well. I mean, I don't know if you guys know, but I did editorial card. I was commissioned by local magazine. It's pretty well known in this area, in the New England area and stuff, called Soko Magazine, where they had me on as their editorial artist and stuff. And I, you know, I worked on a bunch of different things, and it was really cool. It was really fun and stuff. Got to work on some fun stuff, and did a cover. And that was cool. Got to do a cover and stuff. So in my mind, the Martian Trump comic by Tim is a satire of just you know, of DT, man. You know, but it's fun, and the thing about it just shows another one of the ranges of my style. Like, you know, it's all said and done, I want to be known that I'm the one artist, where a versatile artist, where, you know, one minute I can draw a giant creature tearing up a city, but next thing I can do is draw, you know, some funny satire comic and whatever, you know. All right, let's see. Here I am again with the 003, which is so good, man. This is like a great pen for like sketch cards, and they take you right back to that Indiegogo. I'm doing sketch cards, and if people really follow me, I used to do sketch cards for Upper Deck, Rittenhouse, Archive. They both did. They had the Marvel IPs, so I did a lot of Marvel stuff. And then I also worked on Lady Death sketch card set. Was it Hack and Slash, I believe? Archie, Greatest American Hero, Voltron, King Kong, Transformers. I also was very fortunate to have worked on that set, which was really good. And so in saying that, I'm a guy who, yes, I've worked on sketch cards. And I do enjoy working on sketch cards. Sketch cards are fun. It was funny. It's like when I got into the sketch card game, I remember seeing the artwork of this amazing sketch artist named Nar. Nar's work would, if Nar was like, if there was a time machine and like, and he could have worked that image, he had the image style down pat. I mean, I'm saying like in the level of like Steven Splat. I mean, he's on that level. And I remember seeing his work in these sketch card forums and stuff, and I was like, man, just on that level, I was like, okay, I gotta step my game up. You know, like he literally would try to capture these elaborate scenes where, you had a lot of people that were drawing heads, but he'd be drawing scenes, like, and I was just so enamored by that. I was like, wow, man, I want to do that. And he wasn't the only one. There were other ones. This guy named Lock Lim, who's really good, did a lot of great stuff. So that's where my head is. Like I try to, when I do cards, I want to tell some level of story in the card. So that's what I think of when I'm doing cards. No offense to people who do heads and stuff. That's not my flavor. I want somebody, because I collect cards too. I have cards, and I've commissioned artists in the past for card art, and I like to get a little bit extra. I just don't want to get ahead, literally. So headshot, excuse me. All right, this guy's way in the back, so it's like, oh. Remember how George Perez would put like insane amount of characters in this? Oh, it was such a treat, because you'd be like, man. I remember when Christ on Infinite Earth came out. Oh, it's like to this day, you still feel like, I feel like I haven't found all the characters that were put in there. I mean, it's a testament to his work. It's a tremendous artist. Tremendous artist. I'll do a little bit of shading in there. There you go. You show a little bit like that, Yeah, John Byrne definitely, stepped it up when it's just put like debris and stuff like that, just sort of, it's all this stuff just sort of floating in the air. I'm a big fan of that stuff, man. Because that's how I imagine it'd be. Like, it'd be like so much, stuff just kind of floating around. this stuff. All right. All right, that's a little too thin. Well, but you know, it's a little distance, so that's okay. All right. Man, nice jams, huh? I just love listening to just straight out music, man. Yeah, sometimes lyrics are cool, but something about listening to just straight out music. I like my jams. And I like different jams too. You know, I'm not someone who's just stuck like in one kind of thing. It's like I like everything. Everything kind of brings out something. You know, like this morning I was, you know, doing my cardio, which is pretty much my power walking with some running. I used to run all the time too, but I had some surgeries recently in the last couple of years, and so I've kind of had to calibrate my workout regimen and stuff. But you know, I get a couple of good runs in short, but they're broken up now. Instead of just trying to do one big massive run and stuff, I now focus on you know, the distance. You know, get 5 miles every day. So that's 10,000 steps, and so then I can be all energized and stuff and ready to do fun stuff like this. Yeah, you guys want to hear that? They're like, God damn, dude. Trying to eat my cheeseburger here. What are you doing? All right, let's see. See, this is that part. I think I was talking to someone. What was it? Marsh Draws Art. Is it Marsh Draws Art? Oh, I know it said Does Art. I forgot to say, but I did a YouTube interview with him, and on his channel, Marsh Makes Comics. Marsh Makes Comics. All right. Sorry about that, Marsh. Marsh. So anyway, and I talked about him about the. Let me see if I lost my thought. I think I just lost my thought. Oh. I think I was talking about just the fact of I was saying like why I draw like small reduced down, because the thing is that, you know, when I used to draw much bigger life size, there would be this side of me where I would feel like I have to fill up everything, and when I was finally done and then the piece had to get reduced down to comic book size, it would just be this mess of just insanity. My first create own book piece looks, you know, I'm happy that I did it, but it's just, it's a nightmare. I look at, it's just so much stuff going on. Whereas this is what you get. Like this is drawn at the actual, or close to the size of the comic book. So what you see right here is what you get. Do a little stippling in there. I love showing different debris, you know, flying around and stuff, just to make it a little bit more chaotic. So, all right, I think I'm good. So I think we're gonna call this a wrap right now. And all right, thank you very much for coming here. Look at that, look at that. And then I'm gonna get back to working on this. But again, I just wanted you guys to get a little yeah. Usually, and that's another thing, I'm not going to, but usually when I use the knead eraser, I like to give my inks like at least a day to just sort of dry fully, and you know, and then I'll come in and do the big cleanup and stuff, or a few days or whatever, depending on my timetable. But anyway, I'm just glad you guys made it, and glad you're checking this out, and I hope you enjoyed it. And you know, let me know in the comments if you guys want me to do more stuff like this. Man, I definitely will. All right. Well, I hope that you're well, and that you're keeping the creativity strong. All right. Keep that art flowing. Peace.